Hey, buddy, what's going on? Hello, fella. Well, good morning to everyone and welcome to St. Lawrence Gap. As I said before, we're doing a very quiet video today because I have to go and take the war wagon to the truck spittle, to get a little TLC. So we can do something in the Gap. We haven't done this section before. We've done all the beaches with the exception of Cakrabank on lives. We did Cakrabank on live before, but we actually didn't do it recently. So this is pretty much the last remaining area now, and it's quite interesting. As I had seen, some people don't think it's a favorite spot. Well, I think it's a little too commercial and stuff, but anyhow, we're gonna enjoy ourselves this morning because there's lots to see and lots to do. As you can see, no monkey business out here today. So anyhow, we have some friends that we're gonna start off our little thing with this morning. They've all disappeared again. There were like 5 or 6 of them out here. As you can see, I was having my chat with them. I know how to speak monkey language. So good morning to you all. Before we go any further though, I just want to let you know we're gonna do our Serenity Prayer a little further on when we get a better scenery. Actually, you know what? We're going to be walking the Gap, so I think we can do the Serenity Prayer right now. So let's look at the best thing we can see right here. Here we go. God, grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Good morning to everyone. As I said before, we're in the St. Lawrence Gap area. Lots and lots and lots of stuff has happened here over the last, I'd say maybe 16 months to 2 years. So if you haven't been to Barbados for a little while, you're going to have some surprises at the development that's happening in this Gap. Very busy Gap. It will be extremely busy another half an hour or so as all the construction will start up. But right now we're going to have a fairly comfortable walk through this area. All right, here we go. Let's start going. All right, we can do a little trip down memory lane again, as we like to do, especially when we're in this area. I don't know how many of you remember Luigi's restaurant. That was one of the most popular restaurants in this Gap. The Gap started with Pisces and Witch Doctor and ended with Luigi's. And that was most definitely somewhere you had to make reservations for. That's coming up just in the corner here beyond where that Jeep just went through. And we'll talk about that when we get a little closer. Still lots of residential homes in these areas. A couple of senior homes as well too have come up over the years. Beautiful facilities. And the Gap starts to get really active from sort of like this corner going in. Now the above section that we're walking today has never been a real busy area. We did the busy area last time we did St. Lawrence Gap from Dover Beach, and we went down to Worthing Beach. But this place is actually beginning to pick up with all the construction that's going on and with all the situation that's been happening recently with the COVID. Obviously it's very quiet right now, but we can still see what the potential is for this area. Alright, this place, it's called Bliss, used to be Luigi's. I think you all will remember that, anyone that's been here over the years. I'm sure many of you long timers have definitely eaten here before, when this was Luigi's, of course. And one of the biggest developments in this area recently is the expansion of the Sandals Royale. Now we've seen the other facility. I'm going to walk as close up here as I can for you to see this new one. This is almost completed. I may be speaking on the correction, maybe it is completed, but I still see a lot of workmen and general craftsmen in the area, so I don't think it has been completed. But as you will see in a second, it's beautiful out here. Sorry about that, had an interruption with a phone call. Alright, you will notice all of these rooms have jacuzzis on the deck itself, little cooling jacuzzis. It's going to be a beautiful facility. I can imagine these rooms, what they'll be like, because they're away from the sea itself. So you know, in Sandals already, these rooms are going to be immaculate to really make up for the lack of scenery of the beach. I'm sure the gardens and stuff will be magnificent. Beautiful, beautiful area. I'm not really too much on the development of this, and that's just my personal opinion. It's not political by any means, but this was a beautiful mahogany forest. Probably the only remaining mahogany forest in the island of this size, and that was lost now. Again, I know progress is needed. I know that expansions are needed, and I know that revenue is needed. But we have to be very careful of what we do with our remaining forest and greenery areas, as far as I'm concerned. And I said, it's not political. That's the only comment I'll make on that, and I won't be making any more on that this morning. And I won't be defending that either. That is my opinion, and I'm allowed to make my opinion without any defense whatsoever. All of you remember this place called Casuarina. This used to be called, actually it won an award for being the green thumb one of the Green Thumb Awards used to have this, as I said, the forest before, and they used to pride themselves on all the trees and landscaping and stuff they had in the area, and they actually won some awards here with that. That is obviously not happening anymore right now. But I mean, the area is beautiful. I'm not going to tell you the resort's not incredible. I've been in there already, especially Royal side. I was lucky enough and privileged enough to go there for a ceremony once. My angel and myself had a wonderful time walking around. Probably the only time we could ever afford to go in, and that was when it was free. All-inclusive resorts. You know, back onto it. This section on this side is also sandals as well. This is mainly their administration area. I'm not sure if there are any rooms over here. I do see some numbers and stuff, but I'm not too sure if they're actually rooms or just administration block. You can appreciate the staff for this complex here must be huge. 2 entrances to this resort. The basic sandals is here just in front of us. This was the original entrance to what was the Casuarina Hotel. I know that is jogging enough memories here. I know that's a trip down memory lane for you. But you'll see they have maintained the front section with the tree, the banyan tree, which is beautiful. And then the front area, the lobby and the drive-through seems to have been maintained pretty much as it was. Haven't been in this side, so I'm not too sure really. But this section here is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The gap, as you know, gets pretty busy. So, you know, we prayed our Serenity Prayer, and that was because we know what we're going into the gap, which is going to be busy and hectic. So we need all of our peace right now. Definitely something different today, but who says every day has to be on a beach, and who says every day has to be on a hike? Still doing our walk, so for those of you that are challenged with walking or just not able to do it right now, you know, this is especially for you today. This road actually runs through, so I would have to say it runs through the resort itself, because both sides are owned by the Sandals Resort. Turtle Beach, another trip down memory lane. We remember this here as Half Moon Beach Hotel. I know this very, very well. I spent a lot of my childhood here when this was Half Moon. I haven't actually been here too much when it was Turtle, only to collect some guests in my former job. But that is the Turtle Beach facility as well by Elegant Hotels. They share a lot of hotels on the West Coast, and you could actually spend some time here at this one or on the West Coast. They had different packages that would allow you to move around their facilities. For those of you that want to get to Casuarina Beach that don't know how to get from this side, I'll just give you a quick briefing on it. Down at the end here is the Dover Beach Hotel. When you get down to that hotel, there is a public access to the beach, which is on your left, a walkway to the beach. I'll just take you a little way down. Not too much for you to see in this area, besides just the Dover Beach Hotel itself. However, trip down memory lane. How many of you remember the awesome discotheque that used to be in there? As soon as you went in the door, on the left you descend into a basement, and they had an amazing discotheque. That will now date me for sure. You all will know what I'm talking about if you were here around those times. Lots of change in this area. One of the biggest hangout spots on this section you got was this bar with the pool just behind it. And the front's now open as the Crumbs Bakery. Anyone that knows Crumbs Bakery and pastries, you will know these produce some amazing, delicious treats. Alright, this is where the construction gets really heavy now, because, well, Sandals was heavy, but they're pretty much completed, so you don't see the actual raw concrete and stuff as you would see coming up in a minute. This area, as you know, has changed a lot. This behind here used to be Rainbow Reef Hotel. It is now Ocean 2. Ocean 2 have just done a massive expansion on as well. I'll show you that in a minute. Fred LaRose Apartments. Again, stepping back in time. Fred LaRose and Bonanza. One was below, one was above. And anyone that wants to surf here in Barbados, numerous surf schools, but as we're passing right now, this is Barry's Surf School. You would know he was located at White Sands Hotel, but as they have developed below, he has moved just in front here. Barry's been in this business for a long, long time, and I know his crew is amazing. But as I said, there are many, many options in the island. He's just one of them, but as we're here, we'll recommend him on this one right now. All right, you would know this difference here. This is where it all starts to change tremendously. We used to be able to drive and access the beach from here. That has now changed because Ocean 2 has done their expansion. And just check how high they've gone here. Now, we've seen this from the Dover Beach itself, but this is a towering hotel. It looks really out of place in the gap. But let's give it a year or two to mature the landscaping and to get everything finished and see how it blends in. Hopefully it will blend in, but really, really tall, but a massive expansion. Those of you who remember here, I think it was Miss Jackman used to run a hotel here, and she used to play a lot of bridge, and used to have all the names, the rooms named after them, the Joker, the King, the Queen, the Jack. I think you all remember that as well. Like I said, we're doing a real walk down memory lane today. Now this whole place has developed a lot. You know, we used to have little small supermarkets and stuff. This facility has been here for a number of years, so you would know it if you've been here recently. If you have not been here, this is the overmarket. You can get pretty much any of your foods and stuff here. And upstairs there's a wonderful restaurant. Well, so I've heard, because it's changed names. So I don't want to say anything about this right now, because originally this was named differently, and I know it from before, former days. But I can just imagine how amazing the scenery would be from up there, just watching the gap come alive on a night. Lovely, lovely terrace on the top for sure. And I would like to also recommend these as well for you who are adventurous. These guys here, these e-bikes, these offer great packages. I've seen quite a few people and talked to them that have been on this operation already, and they've had a fantastic time. So if you want to do some stuff, they're guided tours and just rentals. So up to you, whatever you would like, your delight again. Everyone knows St. Lawrence Gap has their chickens. New hatch here, as you can see. We find more and more of these as we get further down to Dover Beach. I know a lot of people feed these and they're their pets here while they're on vacation. Leave their dogs at home and come and pet a chicken. So we're going to take a trip down to White Sands Beach. We haven't done there for a long time. And I'm going to show you how to get to the beach here now. As I mentioned just now, you can't get the other way. So this is the way to get to the beach now. As you can see, there's a lot of places that have closed and are obviously going to be redeveloped again. This structure from this side you can see is huge. Salt ash area, and then white sands below. Yeah, I remember actually being at White Sands for many happy hours. And also salt ash in front of their 2-story old home that was turned into apartments. I think you all remember that. You see some really great days. Those days are gone now, but things have changed, and there are many other areas that you can go to and have a fantastic meal or drink now. It's not a problem. Barbados most definitely offers bars everywhere. As I say, we have a rum shop for every church. Gonna have some beautiful sea views in a minute. Get rid of this construction paling. But as you know, we have to show you everything about Barbados. It's good to see how it's developing. It's good for you to have a chance to see what's happening here. You know, you've lost touch with it. I'm sure many of you have not been here for 2 years or coming into 2 years. So we're going to let you have a chance to continue to see how it's developing and how some places have enhanced and how some places unfortunately have sort of degraded themselves. But we'll see. All right, we have seen lots and lots of sargassum for the last 2 weeks in the south and the east coast. It is still very evident here, as you can see. This beach was a slither of a beach originally. That is before the development of the ocean too. When they dropped this groin here, this entire beach area here built. Before, there was no beach here really at all. But obviously with a hotel going up and stuff, and the development of Rainbow Reef, after it changed hands, they put in this groin. Lots of work going on the beach here, as I can see. I see some turtle traps here. Carla, if you're online, we have some turtle traps for you. We're directly in front of Salt Ash, White Sands and St. Lawrence Gap. I will send you an IM later, as I usually do. I know you like to know when there are turtle traps around or turtles nesting. So you know that is here for sure. So that's Carla Daniel. That's a shout out to you, Barbados Turtle Project. All right, this is a beautiful, beautiful resort here. I don't know how it's going to be when it's all finished up, but I would imagine when they connect these two together and the in-between, it's going to be just splendid. It has changed the entire character of this beach, because this beach originally was little small beach homes had been turned into like an Airbnb kind of facility, but smaller rooms. And it has changed the character. Okay, this is one place you used to come and feel the traditional, original Barbados. Now the original Barbados is somewhere that you felt as though you had nothing going on in the world except for a very laid-back atmosphere. These kind of modern constructions, to me, changes that completely. But anyhow, that's, as I said before, progress. We're not in a fight with that right now. Lots of sargassum in the water. Most of it is the browner color, which would indicate that it's just moving around on the coastline. I think we're going to need a very big south swell, maybe a system come in and swing in north at the last minute to just pump in some swells the south coast to clean this up. Because this is not going to go anywhere unless we get a big surf, and that is for sure. And any of you that come to Barbados regularly in summer will know this is not the surf time for the south coast. South coast is mainly around the January, February, March, April, well, into April area, and then it changes over to the east side at this time of year because most of the winds will come in off the south, very light, so bashment thing will be perfect around summertime. So unless we get something quite powerful that passes, doesn't have to be close, just needs to swing further out in the Atlantic and send in a swell for us, this moss will be here, or seaweed, jeez on breads, keep calling it moss, seaweed will be here for a time. I'm going to show you Dover. I was down there this morning. Down there is loaded with sargassum still. It really has gone nowhere. As I just said, we don't get a big south swell. We are going to see this here for a long time. But that's Dover Beach from here, where we are. Going to walk a little further out, get a little better view. The sargassum has built up a nice little bridging area out over these rocks. I don't have to scale as many rocks as before. But you can have a look and see how heavy the sargassum is on the beach. All discolored though, so there's no fresh sargassum over here as we saw on the east coast yesterday. All over here is the standard old sargassum. It's going to disintegrate and move. I guess we'll do a beach cleanup hopefully very soon. Doesn't make sense in really doing it well, it's coming in heavy, but I'm pretty sure that we'll have a beach cleanup that's going to be done fairly soon. Government will arrange out through NCC. Alright, so let's do our silent 360 from here because this is a pretty good spot to do so. Definitely another beautiful, beautiful day in the island. We have to look beyond the sargassum and stuff because we all know that is only a temporary setback, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day here. I'm going to carry you a little further on this walk. We have a couple more minutes we can do. Hopefully it is still of some kind of interest to you guys. I'm enjoying it myself because it's a chance for me to go where I would say pretty much raised myself through the late teens and into the early 20s. I was a Dover boy for sure. I remember Dover before it had any beach facilities there whatsoever. I remember when there was no beach. I used to surf there almost every day of life. I used to hang out with a friend called Trot who used to work at Marsall Water Sports. Any of you all remember Elvis? Shout out Elvis this morning. As you can see, this is a beautiful property. This is maintained itself as it is. This is a rental property. The family that used to live here have passed on, but I know for sure that it is a magnificent property. It is up for rental if you're interested. I'll see if I see any notice at the front. Actually, I see something here with a for rent sign on it. I'll just give it a glance if you would like to see. I like to keep you up to date with some information as well in case you are interested in coming to this section for rent. Okay, so you would know what to do. You can freeze that frame and come on it later on and have a look and see. But lots of sargassum. So if you're on the island and you're on the west coast, don't come south to swim. Stay on the west coast and do a swim. Come south, but don't come for a swim for sure. I would say from, you might be okay down in Carlisle Bay, Browns Beach, going north, but certainly not anywhere on this side at all. And I would think Pebbles will probably still be affected. I haven't been over there for a few days, so I'm not sure the current situation, but I know for sure Pebbles was really heavy a couple of weeks ago. And all the beach down there is on top of seaweed, so when you're walking, it has a spongy effect. But that may have cleared quite a bit now, because that's on the sort of what we call the leeward side, and that may have cleared over the last week or so. So I'm not too sure. Today is definitely something different, but it's something that's interesting for me, and I hope it's interesting for you as well. Okay, now this is just to give you an indication of how beautiful this place is now. Hey, you know, these are stunning. There's no question about that. You know, this is progress and development. But for me, I liked the traditional little beach homes that were in this area. You know, they're just a nice little thing that's quaint about Barbados. with no small homes. So I'm not going on that ramp. Ramp with sand on it spells what? F-A-L-L. Jeez, so I keep myself good on steps and move forward. Alright, I would love to see when these places are completed and landscapes finished. You know, all this fencing is down. I'm sure at that stage of the game that it will just all blend in. But you know me, I'm a little critical sometimes. Hopefully not all the time. But when I see progress and development, I get a little concerned sometimes, especially when I see a place develop in the middle, like of St. Lawrence Gap, with maybe what, 10 floors or 11 floors. That's only an estimate. I haven't counted them, so if you count them and find 12, don't blame me. But I think it's just a little bit too high for me, for my personal preference. I'd like to have seen it stay a little lower. But again, that's beyond my control. Either which way, it's beautiful. And I'm sure if you come to Barbados and stay in one of these apartments, you'll be blown away with the views. Every facility can be found in St. Lawrence Gap. Whether it's at this end or the other end, there's everything here. Whatever you need, you can find here for sure. Vendors, handicraft, souvenirs, whatever. Food for sure, food like crazy. And also bars, bars non-stop. You can see all these areas have like developed into little small businesses, you know, cafes, shops. They have slot machines here as well. Slot machines in 2 or 3 areas. Just beautiful. Now we saw this property from the beach side. I wanted to see it from the land side because we did show the for rent sign. So this is what you'll be renting. As you can see, everything is facing, or everything is designed looking towards the sea and not towards the road itself. It seems to be like the back of the building. Have lots of rentals in this area. You just got to look at St. Lawrence Gap, Google that up, and I'm sure you'll find any accommodation that you may want. Some people like it here because they like to be close to the action. Some people like to come to St. Lawrence Gap but not stay here because they don't want to live in the action. So it's all a matter of preference. My friend Mario, I'm going to hail you up, my friend. This is Mario's and Vanda's activity center. They've been in the business for eons. I actually worked with Mario many years ago in tourism. And this is the turtle nest that's developed. This used to be the Best of Barbados shop here. You would remember that as well. And all of you that have been here for a long time will know that Marisol has always been here. Marisol's still here, still up for rentals. Beautiful property. They actually let me walk that a little while ago. So I think I put it up on YouTube. I know it's on Facebook for sure. But yeah, I also have some footage of the grounds here. Really, really lovely. But a lot of the bars and stuff here are set up using the road as the activity for people to watch, you know, which is wonderful. I've been in St. Lawrence Gap on some busy nights, and sitting here and watching the world go by, quite entertaining, that's for sure. Crumbs again. You see that's the second crumb shop in the Gap. They're obviously doing very well. They've just opened one in Oystons as well. And this is the Sapphire Beach. Beautiful, beautiful condos. Now you see this is high as well, but it's not ridiculously high. I mean, but it was the highest point when it first developed here, and therefore I guess I would have been just as critical when it was on the beach looking back at it. Look, I have no problem with development and construction, but I think we've got to keep our sort of like Caribbean charm, you know? So we have to be very smart about what we do, especially going forward. Can't do anything about what's behind us, just like in our lives. We don't have any control over what's gone. We can only learn from the lesson and move forward with the intelligence of that. Time out in the Gap has been here for eons. I can't remember the name of this originally, so forgive me. My brain is older than this Gap, so sometimes it's hard to remember everything, you know. It's getting busy, as you all can see. Gap's opening up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. All right, and everybody knows the Dover Playing Ground. We've been here before, we've talked about this. Many activities here, sporting activities, fairs. Just so you remember, anybody remembers the Conga Line Festival that was held here. This is their original jumping point. Started from here, went to the Garrison, and I Spice it started that years ago. It was a t-shirt revelers party versus the crop over. It was supposed to have cut costs down so that people didn't have to pay for expensive costumes and still had a chance to participate in a street jump from here to Garrison. That was great. I'm not sure why that ended, but I know it was really, really popular at one time. All right, any of you from Dover diehards, your pets are still here. They're waiting on you. As you can see, they're lonely. So come on home. All right, and we're gonna end our morning on this beach here. You would have seen you wore wagon all apart, that Ryder Roll. She's out there begging for some attention today, and I'm gonna give it to her for sure. It's been a long time. If you're on this beach, all of the NCCs that I know of have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. So you'll be able to get Wi-Fi on this beach as well. Only about halfway down to like in front of Southern Palms, and then it fades off. I'm going the other direction, just about halfway up Sapphire Beach, and it also fades off. But a good strong signal here if you need to do some business or whatever. What's up there, Governor?
Yeah, cool, buddy.
You good, man? Having a good day?
Yeah.
You want to shout out my friends all over the world?
Yeah.
All right. Look, what's your name? Ricky. All right, for all of you that know Ricky, this is Ricky, and he's greeting you all. So any of you all Dover diehards, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Now, a lot of years ago, when I was a Dover boy, I would have known everybody here by name. No, I don't, but all of them, we all relate the same way because we're all beach boys. And beach boys have a vibe that goes about that makes us very comfortable amongst each other. You know, we just are very, very cool together. And you know, as we said before, loads and loads and loads and loads of sargassum. This will not move unless we get a very big wave, or unless the NCC come and clean up. But this is a big cleanup project. And you know, everyone, I hope you all have had a good walk. It has been something different. Every day can't be the same, so you know it is. Every day is fishing day, but not every day is catching day. I guess I'll use that as a synergy for this one this morning. You know, I hope you all had a fantastic time. We are planning a big hike tomorrow. Remember, the Moncton Goat has asked me to come and join him on a hike in St. Peter. I am not sure the exact route yet, but I do know it's about 5 miles. Hopefully this time we don't modify that to 9 or 10 miles, because let me tell you, I was definitely a little sore. Had a great time, but I was sore. And you know, but whatever happens, if it's 10 miles, you will get some of it. If it's 5 miles, you will get some of it, whatever it is. And, you know, to all you all, as usual, just be peaceful, just be calm, just be relaxed. You know, anything that doesn't feel right, walk away from it. We have movement. We just have to move and walk away. Remember, as I said from up at the crane the other day, why argue and fight with someone when you're going to end by walking away feeling as though you're guilty, as though you've done something wrong, and it'll be on your mind for the next 2 or 3 days. Whether you were correct in what you said or not, after you've had engagement with someone that's heated, you're going to feel bad about it. You're not going to feel good about it, so it's best just to walk away. If you know that A is A and B is B, why argue with someone if they're saying it's C? It doesn't make sense. What are you going to accomplish? It makes no sense. We want to live in peace, we want to live in harmony, and we want to relax. Remember, when you have stress on your mind and stress in your body, it is only you that's affected, you know. And if you ever have that hate word in your mind at all, or that word of where you want to get vengeance on someone, you are living in nightmare. You are not living peaceful. Get rid of those thoughts. Ignore that. Walk away from it. Trust me, I have to say the Serenity Prayer sometimes 4 or 5 times in a row to calm myself down. But I walk away. I will feel it, but then I walk away and it goes. I don't carry it with me. You know, you all have a fantastic day. God bless you all. Look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully God will give us life then as well, that we'll be able to come together and have a fantastic walk. You all take care, and peace and all you all. And one more time as well, I just want to mention, you know, it is a lot of comments and stuff now. So sometimes Facebook is backlogged. So if you make a comment anywhere, like in the last minute or so of some of our videos, it's going to register as after the video ended, because it just seems to be some choke up or something. I mean, I've seen that repeatedly day after day. And I've also seen myself forget to put in someone. You know, it's quite tedious, but I love it. It's not a job for me. It's a pleasure for me to keep the records. So if you see anything and you don't see your name in it, just hail me up. Everything is going to be cool. I'm going to add you to the Facebook, and I'm going to put you into our attendance records as well. So you all have a fantastic day. Be peaceful. Love each other. And remember, smile is contagious.